get kind of metaphysically changed around, and we all fell in love with each other. So it's highly recommended. And so Daniel is going to come up and introduce the Poets from Poetry Camp.
Thank you, Avi. All right, yes, if you like poetry and having an awesome time in nature with amazing people, then I definitely recommend it. Look into it. My name is Daniel Muchnick. And my fellow performers were all attendees at Poetry Camp. And it is an honor to be here with all of you. And without further ado, depression is worthless unless you divest of its passive dimensions and turn it to art. Expressions will surface as loosely and as lucid when using your head to examine your heart. So as darkness and light wage their fight to the finish, the light that's diminished will be yours to respark. And a broader collective will then begin to connect with the words and directives you voice from afar. Write like it's your job, the only one you've got, the only one that pays the bills directly to your heart. Write as though there's nothing else and nothing as rewarding, nothing as deserving of your wake-ups every morning. Write like it's the rightest thing your right hand ever did, as though it settles every conflict ego has with id. To write's the rite of passage that your right hand must commence, deploying every sentence till the broader strokes make sense. A verse to describe every moment. Can a loftier goal one advance than to ascribe your own words to the silence that's imposed on each moment's expanse? And further endeavor, as oft as one could, to expose all the possible would-haves and shoulds that expressly belong to the province of song, where those alternate worlds are entranced. Let's dance. He stared at the page for an hour or two, and that's about all he was able to do. Nothing to write came along to his mind, so he wrote what he knew to be true. This one's called Penn Station. I'm gonna hop down here. A crowd of strangers stands and waits, and suddenly it dissipates, till fewer strangers there remain, awaiting yet another train. They gather round the bright display, whose vital functions to relay their destination's number track, revealed as though by sneak attack. Then on the move and making haste and focused, no time to waste, they cut across the crowded floor and filter through the platform door toward where again the crowds await, in hopes with cause to celebrate the object of their fervent drive, an open seat, that certain prize. That could be on a plaque in Penn Station, don't you think? Yeah. This could be on a plaque in my kitchen. Bamboo shoots ever upwards from the pot in which it grows, dancing feral to the rhythm only bamboo knows. Sounding silent, making waves, it dreams itself into a tree, staring back right at you, arms raised up, suggesting what? Who, me? And this perhaps could be a plaque over the world. The jungle demands for a man to be humble, and that's all that it troubles in a man to convey. But man, the possessor, he retreats for the while, reappearing when able to uproot the soiree. Now the jungle's not cool to accept man's advances, but deploys no real lances in defending its place. What it does is to permit its own short-term destruction, knowing man's indiscretion will his own future raise. This one could just go on a post-it note. A poem on a post-it. Only heavens knows who wrote it, so you'll never catch the culprit in the actor even after, as he's holding back his laughter at the fact he'll never know how you'll react, or if you'll leave his note intact. If I could be more like the people in whose company I've spent time, if I could absorb their better qualities and meld them into mine, if I could simulate the energies from among them I admire, only then could I attempt to attain the very same things they've acquired. I challenged my readers to write up a tale, find it a printer, put it to sale, drum up a fan base, garner acclaim, option the film rights, franchise the name, make a cool million off Book 2's advance, use it to purchase a villa in France, and whenever asked what you've done this all for, say you welcomed the challenge an author offered. My personal space is a versatile place. Its dimensions are constantly shifting their shape. Here it takes up a room, there it covers my grounds, and I carry it with me, it's always around. But I take no exception to letting you in, and objections I bear none, I'll take you as is. You're invited inside, regardless of size, my domain's always yours to invade. Into our tents and out of the world, we'll retreat to the rhythm we take in repose. Outside it's madness, but inside we're free to rejoice to the music we make on our own. Moving we'll glide with the melody getting us high off the moment and down with the flow. Mixing new beats off the covers, now freewheeling into each other and out of control. My name is Daniel Muchnick. I am at Muncho Gusto, that's Muncho like munch. And I could do this all day, but it is my pleasure to introduce our next poet. The next member of our group, Ingrid Norton, is a writer, storyteller, and mythmaker based in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, on my block, in fact. She's in the final stages of a doctorate at Princeton and is working on a novel about a woman who becomes immortal. Please welcome Ingrid Norton to the stage.